Good evening. Once again, we actually have a twofold this time. So, welcome back to Let's Talk. This is a business spotlight edition. I am your host, Regina Smithwick, and I'm so honored and blessed and so happy this evening to have my cousin, my baby cousin up here, Christopher Nobles, and we're going to talk about his company, his business, and his clothing line. So, Chris, you want to introduce yourself to everyone? Say hello to the family.
Hello, how you doing? Hello to the family. Definitely a Nobles representative.
That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. How y'all doing?
That's right. That's doing good, Chris. I'm glad to have you up here. I'm so happy to have you up here to talk about your business. I've been following you on social media from the beginnings of your business, until now. You sitting in your store with your logo on the wall. So we
Yeah,
have came a long way, Chris. We came a long way.
absolutely,
So I'm so
absolutely.
proud of you and I'm honored to have you up here today. So
Thank you.
tell me your why. Like what is legacy? Why is this? Why you have this?
Okay, so Legacy basically started with three friends that's been friends since um childhood days, and
Mhm.
it was me, my brother, rest in peace, and
Yes.
my other brother.
Okay.
Friends. So my brother CJ and one of my partners are best friends, and his little brother and me were best friends since we was a kid. And our mothers and we all was like the same family.
Mhm.
So once my brother passed away, their mother passed away, my mother passed away, and trials and tribulations.
Mhm.
I did 10 years in prison. I was
Mhm.
incarcerated. We can get that in that later on down the line, but we did that. That's a part of it too. So we leaving a legacy for we living their legacy as well as leaving a legacy for our kids.
Mhm.
My brother left a legacy for me, and I'm gonna leave a legacy for his kids. So it's a heart of a lion, and you gotta have a heart of a lion to leave a legacy. So that's what we
That's
want to
true.
do.
That's true. That's exactly true. And it's a beautiful logo. I love it.
Thank you.
So, when did you realize your purpose in doing a store? Because it takes a lot. It's a lot of work to get a store up and running, especially in Jersey. It's
Mhm.
not cheap. And then you
Mhm.
got to get a clothing line, and I see you have a lot of products and stuff behind you. So,
Mhm.
what was your purpose, or what was it for you to do it?
So when I was, like I said, when I was incarcerated, I knew that I had another chance. I have a second chance, and I needed to have goals, and I had to have objectives. You
Mm-hmm.
can't have one without the other. And one thing I love is clothes. I love my brother used to dress real fly. I used to look up to him,
Mm-hmm.
and his best friend. They was always the fly ones, and I used to watch them. So that's just real, and I wanted to be fly too. And one of the things I do, like I said, I love clothes. Me and my brother we used to get hiked on. We didn't have clothes, the same clothes as everybody, and now I can make my own clothing line and do what I want. So it's a good thing. It's a good feeling, and I just knew I wanted to start my own clothing line from in there. I had a journal, and I told I just said, as long as I'm consistent, it's going to happen. And I waited my turn, and the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity presented itself with the store, and I said
Mm-hmm.
I was going to start my own clothing line, which was re-up. Re-up stands for real eager to understand purpose. But then I was like, you know what? It's the store. I want to carry it over with the store with my brothers and my ideas and their ideas. We just form together as Voltron and you know making it happen.
And it's happening. It's there.
Mhm.
It's there. So you did it. So did
Definitely.
you have any roadblocks at all while you was going through this journey to set up your store and clothing line? We'll
Yes,
get more detail about the clothing
definitely.
line.
So far as the store goes, we had the store for like 3 months prior to it opening due to COVID, because we
Hmm.
opened up during the whole pandemic. So we had to pay, keep the store going. We had to build it up, and how our stores ran. Basically, we have 70 different selections of essential oils. We have shea butters, we have sea moss, we have black sea oil. We have 5 to 6 different black owned merchants that have their own clothing lines. We have slots that we rent out to them so they can market their business as well as we market our own. So it's not just us, we supporting other people and giving them avenues and openings to do what they need to do and to build their brand.
And that's good. And that's why you say you reach back and you help the community. So
Exactly.
that's smart. That's really good. That's good, Chris. So where do you see yourself and your store and your clothing line in the next 5 years?
I see myself basically in my store. I see more opportunities. I see more vendors. I see more stores in the future. I also
Hmm.
want to have it to the point where we're doing modeling shows. We're able to rub shoulders with different merchants and high class people, high class clothing designers, so I can learn more. Because this is just only, like you said, this is only the beginning for me, and
That's
I'm
right.
just learning. So it's just a level up for me, and it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, and I want my clothing line to be sold in the metaverse when that comes. You know, so that's how deep I see it.
Yeah, yeah, and it will, especially urban wear, and with the pandemic, a lot of people are coming out as entrepreneurs. A lot of people are jumping out on faith,
Hmm.
and they're taking chances now that they would never take before. So this
Absolutely.
is a good opportunity for you to get out there and to do it, because the world is kind of accepting it now, and the world is receiving entrepreneurship more now, especially with our black. Um, I consider, well, you're younger than me, but
Hmm.
our black younger,
You still
people
look
out
young, cuz you still look young.
here. So I know that it's this is the time. This is the time for a lot of people to get out there, and this is a good example, and that's why I will want you to be on the show too,
Hmm.
because I want to show you can do this. Like you could still live your dream and have what you want, and this is something. It takes work, it takes
Absolutely.
dedication, and it takes a lot of hours, but you're happy because this is
Yeah.
what you want and this is what you do. Like when you walk in your store every day, how do you feel when you open up that store every day?
Yeah, definitely. See, I work, so I'm in a union. I'm doing construction. I'm on heavy highway and asphalt. So I might work, um, on a highway 5 days a week. But my relaxed day is supposed to be my weekend. But my relaxed day is at the store. But it's
Mm,
still a relaxed day because it feels so good to be so opening something that I own, or something
mhm,
that I'm a part of, and
mhm.
people are coming because of me. People believe in what I got. When you hear people saying that, they've been waiting, or they saw the store was closed and they came back. Like I just had that just now. A person just came back. They saw the store was closed, but they seen the light was on. Came back just to get a sweatsuit. So it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful feeling, and like, yo, your stuff, it deserves to be in a mall. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm on to something. So I'm not,
But you
I'm blessed.
but you have your see, but you in the community that needs you. They coming back. They see you. They a lot of times people can't get to malls or people don't have access to malls. And to
Hmm.
be able to have a neighborhood store that sells the same kind of clothing that they would, and probably a little cheaper than the malls, they
Definitely.
able to, that's a blessing. They could walk around the corner and come go shopping.
Yeah, and sometimes you got your pitfalls where people don't, they don't want to come to the store. They rather go to the mall. You have those
Mhm,
people, but you gotta make
mhm.
them a believer. And then on top of that, I feel as though like I'm gonna corner the market anywhere I can. If I gotta
Mhm.
sell this out my trunk, cause I'm selling out my trunk. You hear me? I'm
That's
doing deliveries. I'm doing. It could be a clothes dash. I call it clothes dash.
right.
So I'm going to your house with my
The
outfit.
clothes dash.
So yeah,
So you made that said something there. See, maybe that's something you need to think about.
yeah, and I'm doing it.
Food to
I
serve
pop
food
up.
to serve
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah. Order it. Hit me up. I'm coming.
And so let's talk about that. So give the audience your information on how to look at your merchandise and to purchase your merchandise.
Okay, so basically, you can go on Instagram. Look me up at Legacy Legacy.est20. And if you see anything up there that you like, you can tap in. You can DM me. You can call me. Whatever you need to do, and we can figure something out, and I can mail it to you. Like I said, I do ship outs. I do if you're in the Jersey area and it's nearby, I can come to you. If you close enough, you come to the store. Come support. 1170 East Grand Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey.
That's
Legacy
right.
20.
Okay, good, good. So you go to Instagram. You said legacy. You said
Legacy.
dot 20.
Yeah, legacy.est20.
Oh,
You'll see a
EST
line.
established 20. Okay, so
Mhm.
EST 20 at IG, and you're able to look at the merchandise as well as let them know, and they'll be able to ship the merchandise to you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's great merchandise. And actually, I think because I had you for my show, let me see if I could pull it up because I think I have it up here for you because I think I could hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Oh, okay. That's even dope. Oh, I'm looking real good up there. You got me looking famous. Oh, let me take
just
a
for
picture
my
of this.
cousin.
Absolutely. Let me. I mean,
So as you see, Legacy, this is his products. He has urban wear. He has for women and for men. He has sweatshirts, hoodies, and as you see, the apparel on the bottom is for women. It's cut off like hoodies with the sweats with the same emblem on the top as the bottom. And you have imprinted sweatshirts on the top right, left side. So he has great merchandise. So if you're interested, please, like he said, hit him in IG, Legacy, as you see, and he'll be able to definitely assist you. But I just wanted, be able to show your merchandise so people could see what type of merchandise
beautiful.
you sell.
Beautiful, Kyle. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. And then he has as well as oils, you said, soaps,
Yep, I
you
have
know.
70 different selections of essential oils. You can burn them. It's body oil as well. You have scented whipped shea butters. You have beard butter. You see how this beard is looking full and glistening.
He's like
You
a
know,
beard butter.
yeah, I got the beard butter. I got everything for you. I got it. I got it.
And then you ship that as well, correct?
Yes, I ship that as well. And if you buy anything like clothing, I'm gonna send you a oil on the house. You get a free oil on the house, courtesy of
Oh,
me.
okay. All right. Well, y'all hear that.
Mm-hmm.
If you order any clothing products, he will give you a free scented oil for ordering. So that's great. You get a free product. So that is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. That is beautiful. So I just wanted to definitely show that there. And
That's beautiful.
oh, no problem. Okay. So let's talk about what you're working on now. Are you doing any other product lines or any thoughts of?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm thinking about. Well, I'm not thinking about. I'm working on my nephew. Like I said, my brother, he passed away through diabetes
Mhm.
and illness, and he has three kids, and one of his kid, the middle child, his name is Isaiah. He wants to start his own clothing line, and
Oh,
he's doing printing, and I just bought a presser, so he about to start doing his clothing line. So I'm gonna help him, support him
oh, little
the way I
cuz.
can, and as well as I have clothing lines. I'm focusing more on the females. I'm always focused on the females, but I want to start focusing more on the females and kids clothing. So we're gonna have it for the kids and more things for the females, you know. And also sneakers. We want to have sneakers like so all the latest fly urban kicks. We're gonna have those too soon.
Yeah, because I that royal blue one I'm gonna have to buy. So I'll talk
Gotcha,
to you afterwards so
gotcha,
I could get mine. I can take some pictures and put it on your IG. But
gotcha. Appreciate it.
I definitely want that hoodie one with the sweatpants.
All right, gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. You want the hood? I got
Yeah. So what is one of your defining moments? Like something that kind of made you kind of like all this kind of put in perspective. Like what it was it the getting the location? Was it just the fact that you have a store? Like what was one of your defining moments in your business?
um the defining moment for me it's just real struggle. Like I've been through a lot. Like I've been through a lot. Like just to like I said, I did 10 years. Like 22 years old, came home when I was 32 years old. I lost my brother 2 months after, not 2 months, 10 months after me being home.
Mm-hmm.
And having to do all that, go through those struggles. Um, find two different jobs, went through two different union halls, and they had good pay. It was just an elevation. So I went through so many elevations through the struggles. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't time for me to realize what was a defining moment because it's like my brain. I always had to keep my mind moving. I always had to not think about
Mm-hmm.
the trials because if I did, it would slow me down. And then even in
Mm-hmm.
the midst of that, I had to fly from Jersey to a different state to go take care of my mother that
Mm-hmm.
was suffering through pancreatic cancer. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing all this working and then this and opening the store, and but it's that happened. And then it's just people that come and they say to me things I said to you, like, you really did what you said you was going to do. That is my defining moment for me. It's like when people come to me and be like, yo, the thing that you said you was going to do, you really did that. You
Mm-hmm.
stuck to your word. So,
Mm-hmm.
and to hear my father, shout out to my pop dupes, Mr.
Cal.
Noble,
Mm-hmm.
Calvin, and he always told me to be my own boss. He always told me to work, eventually work when you work, but you work to own your own stuff. And I just want to make him proud in that aspect too. So, that you see what you said definitely carried over, man. I definitely wasn't that hard headed. I listened to some of the stuff you told
You know how we are.
me.
You listen to your parents to a point, but you get older, it sinks in. So
Yeah, definitely,
I know Uncle Calvin is very proud of you. I'm not even doubting that at all. At
definitely. Yeah, he
all.
is. He always tell me how he proud of me. Definitely.
And I mean, and I just want to say, for a personal note, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. This last couple of years been, it could break some people,
Mm,
literally break them. And you overcame, and I know you still, it's still a
mm,
mental,
yeah.
but you overcame, and you still striving, and you see the bigger picture. You
Mm,
see the bigger picture. Losing CJ was a big thing for us, especially he was the first cousin that ever passed away. Like we've been blessed in our family to not have too many deaths, and
mm,
for him to be our first cousin that ever passed away before it really impacted us as a family. And we knew that you just got home and you couldn't really spend that time with him. So I know that bothered you. And then your mom got sick, and Aunt Virginia just passed away, and it's a lot. But you persevere. You got
mm,
through. And look
mm.
at your fruit of your labor. Like look behind, just look around you. You got
Right,
fruit of your labor.
right, guys. Mm-hmm,
Because those people, CJ and your mom, is still with you,
mm-hmm.
and you know how proud they are of you. I mean,
Definitely, definitely.
you're the first one in your initial family to have this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
now your children, your daughters are going to be able to say, well, my daddy owns a store. So
Mm-hmm.
I know I got to do something better than this.
Right, right,
It's
yeah,
going to be accepted anything
right.
less than this.
Yeah, and that's another thing my
And
parents used to
CJ's
say.
kids too,
Yeah,
because you're like their dad now. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You like that father figure to them. So they see that. So you're starting something that's going to continue on because they're going to do better than you because you set the standards to this is the standard right here,
Mm-hmm.
and
No,
there's
yeah,
no questions asked, and they know what it is.
absolutely, definitely.
And just because you're incarcerated doesn't mean your life is over.
It's not, and that's
It,
yeah, yeah. Cause and that's what I want to tell people. I want to let them know that, just be patient, be humble, be grateful, even through adversity. Be grateful, and be consistent. That's it. Anything you
mm,
do, anything you believe in, be consistent. Even if it doesn't fall through that first time, do not give up because it's gonna happen for you. If you believe in it, it's gonna happen. It's no way it's not gonna happen. That's how you gotta have it in your head. Ain't no plan B. Plan A is that's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen.
but see, you didn't sit at nobody's table. You made your own. You
Absolutely,
made your own table. Because
absolutely.
and especially being incarcerated and coming out as a black man, it's not set up right for you. Your
Mm-mm,
cars are not set up for you when you come out, and so
mm-mm.
for you to be able to come out and be able to have the mindset to be positive, to have the consistency mindset, because that's hard to have when you were told all these years in jail that that's not possible. So when you get out here, you had to have that mindset working already. You didn't just come out with it. You had to work on it in jail to
Yeah,
make sure you was on set and on point, right?
absolutely. You had to because and I went to a halfway house, and the halfway house honestly helped me a lot. And people laugh and people make jokes out of it, but if you pay attention to certain things that they was teaching you in those programs, you applied it to your life.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. Like act
Mm-hmm.
like they had a thing called ABC effect, and it was like the acting, activating event, the belief, and the consequence. And you know, it made sense. You act on something, What was your belief, and what was the consequence behind it? Is it worth it? No.
Mm-hmm.
So you use certain these things to your life. You apply it to your life, and you apply it to your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out for you, and it definitely worked out for me. And I'm just grateful. I'm humble. I got my kids. I got a 5 year old. I got an 18-year old now.
I can't believe she's 18.
Yeah, and she's like a whole model. And like that's what my goal is to have a family oriented. I hope I said that right. Clothing line. That's what I
Yes.
mean. So I want
Yeah.
I want to have my daughter and my nephew and me start our own clothing line. That's the goal. Cause she has her own swag. My nephew has his own swag. I'm older. I'm a support him. I'm gonna promote it, and I'm gonna do everything I need to do to make it come to fruition. Because nobody did it for me.
Right.
Nobody did. And if I have an outlet, you're supposed to leave these outlets on. Because I see so many families do it. So many families support their
Right. Why
family,
not us?
and
Right.
yeah, I
Why
see.
not us?
hmm
That,
Especially the
that's
nobles, man. We deep. We real deep. And it's like, man, we could start our own Black Wall Street. The nobles.
But guess who just came on? One of our cousins,
Okay.
Lawrence. You see it?
Hey, what's up, Lawrence? What's up, cuz?
Yes, yeah, he gave
Yeah,
you applause because I'm telling you, that's it. And you're 18. I know.
yeah, definitely 18, 18 years old.
Oh, last time I saw her, she was like 13, 14 years old. My God.
Yeah, she a
Oh my.
senior now. She about to go,
Mm.
start her prom. She was an honor roll student last semester. You know,
Wow.
she just overcame COVID. You
Oh
know,
no.
yeah, she overcame it though. She's good. Everything's fine. So
Okay.
strong girl, just like her dad. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it is. It's strong. When you were mentioning about the halfway house and how other men were laughing and it wasn't taken as seriously, a lot of times I use an analogy of wringing out your sponge, and what I mean by that is to receive new information, you have to wring out your old. You have to wring out your old belief systems, your old ways, your old insecurities, self-esteem, whatever you have that's blocking the sponge, because the sponge is full of water. When you pour water on it, it continues to fall off because it's too full. You got to
Absolutely.
wring out your sponge to absorb new.
Mm,
And by the time you got where you was at, you was ready to absorb.
mm-hmm.
So that's why you was there and you was listening and you took in what, and you remember exactly what the acronym was. You still remember what these people
Yeah.
told you,
Yeah.
and it
Mm-hmm.
worked. And the program, I know some programs they say that they're not all that, but these programs they are trying to work with people.
Mm-hmm.
So you took what you could get out of it, and you made it work for you.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who did not, they were not ready to receive.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you make the same mistake again.
Yeah. It was, and I
You
had,
do
like you
the same
said,
thing again.
I had defining moments in there where people tested my patience, and it's just you have to learn that don't let nobody fool you out of your place. Do not let nobody take you out of
Mm,
your position because you have a goal. Do not let nobody dictate your future. Again. So, because I did 10 years for something that I didn't even do. I just was loyal to something that and people. You know what I mean? And that's
mhm.
just, it was another story, but I learned from my mistakes and I moved forward. And now my loyalty is to my kids. My loyalty is to my future. My loyalty is to what I believe in, and not what somebody else believes. What is
You're
it like?
supposed to
What is it?
believe in your belief system. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you know.
You
So
redevelop your belief system.
yes,
Because
definitely.
before you believe that, and especially when we are younger, being from where we from, is the streets tell you you got to take it. You
Right.
got to take it. You better not say nothing. You got to take it. That's craziness, but that's what it was taught. And if you
Mm-hmm.
didn't have nobody really coming with a belief system, you're going to believe what the streets tell you, because that's
Yeah.
what it's not just it's generations behind. It's like
Yeah.
we all know,
It's
like they told
crazy.
you, you better not snitch. You
Yeah.
better not open your mouth.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches. That's what
Yeah.
was told.
Yeah, and you gotta understand that it's life is real. And then I'm in this. I'm all the way 10 toes down, and then my family living in it. And it's like I had good parents. I really had good parents. I did.
Mhm,
My brother was he. Everybody knew and respected my brother, but my brother
mhm.
didn't. do nothing crazy. He wasn't moving around doing nothing crazy. But I was just a little young, wild, kid
Yeah.
that wanted to just see something. Always wanted to see something. And my parents always used to tell me that. Even when I used to come to your house, and I remember Uncle Smitty one time sat, he was like, "Yeah, get yourself together, boy." And your dad told me was, you out there messing up. And I still remember, I remember them days. I remember the video we did for Grandma, and I was pop locking and doing all this. I remember all that, man. But that's another story. But yeah, definitely. My parents used to teach you. They taught me the right thing, but it's so true that once you leave those doors, it's up to you to listen
Mhm.
to what your parents taught you and instilled in you. And now that I'm older, I understand that and I learned that, and I see it now. And I'm grateful that I'm old enough to see it and still apply it to myself. You know,
Mhm.
I didn't lose my life for, and at least my father, like you said, my mother and my brother can look down and see that I'm doing right this time. I'm not. I learned from my mistakes and I'm turning into fruition. Like
And that's all you could do is learn from your
yeah,
mistakes. And the best part about, and I don't really consider mistakes, it's just life experiences. And the part of it is to learn from it. And when you learn from it, you do better. You know better, you do better. And so
absolutely.
therefore that's why you elevate, because you do better. Those mistakes or those tests are your testimonies. So you need to have tests sometimes. And God makes it a way that it sometimes we don't understand it, we don't get it, and when you go through it you understand it now,
Hmm.
because sometimes jail, and I've been told from several people, it it was meant for them, because they would not been alive, or they would done something else if they didn't go sit down.
Yeah,
They didn't appreciate it, of course, at that moment, but after they sat down long enough and they started working on themselves, they realized that this saved their lives.
yeah. My mother said it to me. She said to my brother, she told him that she can sleep now because once I got locked up, and she said she can sleep now because at least she knows that she knows where I'm at, and she knows. But they believe that, but it's deeper than that because in that prison system, you gotta fight for your life in there too.
Right.
So it's I understand, and I understand what my mother meant, and she was right. It did save my life. It definitely saved my life because it's through the trials and the tribulations that made me realize what was worth it and what wasn't worth it. So
But you're right, exactly.
yeah,
You start
so
realizing, what's
yeah,
what's the purpose here? Like,
hmm,
you don't think until you sit sometimes. And God has
yeah,
to humble you sometimes for you to sit down and really
hmm,
realize what's really happening here.
hmm,
This is not play. This is real stuff, real life. And then
definitely,
you did where a lot of people have not done, is to take it and make it and flip it on its head, and you made it your own by
absolutely,
looking behind you. I'm just keep looking at your background. Like, this is all my cousins. This is my
right,
cousin's stuff.
right,
Like, you came a long way. And I
thank
want
you,
to salute you and I want to celebrate you, because even though you're my cousin, but you're a black man out here, and you done your work, you paid your price, you did what you had to do, and now you're doing it right, and you're doing great.
thank
It's
you,
not,
appreciate it,
we need to celebrate this. A lot of people don't celebrate this, and we
definitely,
need to. So,
definitely,
and, I'm gonna put something in your ear, because you need to be and I know you talk to people, but you really need to think about being a mentor and getting people to kind of like get a program that show people what you did, show other
definitely,
kids that comes out at the halfway, show them what you did, so they'll be able to do something not just like you, but entrepreneurship, and get
definitely,
something going.
definitely. We could talk. We could do it
Yeah, you
together,
got a
bro.
roadmap. You got a
Hmm.
roadmap. You already have a roadmap. You just gotta, put it together. But you got a roadmap, and other young black men who come out could see that this is the way.
Right. I'm with
So
it.
this is
I'm definitely.
beautiful. I think, let me see, you got some more comments. Okay, so he said, cause you do believe in yourself, no one will. That's
Absolutely.
true. That
Definitely.
is true. You got to believe in yourself. That is
Mm-hmm.
so true. And he said, yes, that's true, what we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's good to see you up here too, Lawrence.
Definitely.
I'm trying not to call you, you know what, because you're on air. I'm trying, but it's hard to call you Lawrence.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely got. I gotta see them. I gotta meet them, man. I gotta be around. I gotta catch the vibes, man. Because like you said, I haven't been around my family in so long due to me being incarcerated and me missing those reunions and stuff. But I gotta catch up with the fam, man.
yeah, you do. You need you come on and visit. You're always welcome to do so. And then we just want to celebrate you, but you're doing a wonderful job, and I love you. I really
I love you
appreciate you
too.
coming on this show today.
Thank you.
Um, and I know Maddie J
Mm,
Nobles, and Noah Nobles is very proud of you right now. They're very,
definitely,
very proud of you. So
definitely.
he says all good. He call me pumpkin. Yes, thank you. Phew, thank you. Yes, so my cousin, we call him Pumpkin. So I was trying to be politically correct on the show,
Yeah,
but yeah, we call him Pumpkin. So I do appreciate you. And once again, can you just run through how people could contact you, reach you, so we could get people to get
definitely.
the line?
Definitely, you're gonna like I said, you come here to the store. Store is at 1170 East Grand Street in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Then
Mm-hmm.
we have this Instagram page is Legacy 20 Legacy.est20 on IG,
On IG, there
and the
you go.
same thing on Facebook, Legacy.est20.
All right, let's support our brothers here. He's doing his thing. We asked to go pay your price to society. Then we asked you to come out and make a life for yourself and do what you got to do. He did everything he's supposed to do. So let's support him on this endeavor. So we definitely appreciate you being on the show. I am Regina Smithwick, the host of Let's Talk. This is called the Business Spotlight Edition, and you have been talking to Christopher Nobles, and I'm proud to say he is my cousin. And I just, if you need or want to use a platform like this, my platform, this is my way of giving back to the community. So if you have a business that you want to come on here to promote, nonprofit, for profit, please contact me. Let's talk 1943 at gmail.com is my email, or you can hit me on Facebook. Let's talk 1943 IG. Let's underscore talk 1943, and my website, www.letstalk1943.com. So as you see, it's all the same words. So you can find me. But just please, I would love to give you your roses and celebrate your business. So just give me a call or give me a contact. So till next time, I am Regina Smithwick, host, and this is Christopher Nobles. And thank you for joining us this evening. You have a great
Thank you.
one.
You
All
too.
right, thank you.